What really keeps a company's digital world alive when everyone else has gone home? Who is the person quietly ensuring that emails are delivered, systems stay online, and data remains secure, even at odd hours of the night? If you've ever wondered who stands between smooth operations and total chaos in the world of it, the answer almost always leads to one role: the systems administrator. A systems administrator, often called a SysAdmin, is the unseen backbone of modern technology environments. While developers build applications and designers craft user experiences, SysAdmins ensure that the entire infrastructure supporting those creations continues to function reliably. They are the custodians of servers, networks, operating systems, and countless background processes that most users never think about, until something goes wrong. But what does that actually look like on a daily basis? Is it just about fixing computers when they break, or is there something deeper going on behind the scenes? At its core, a systems administrator's responsibility is to keep systems running smoothly, securely, and efficiently. This includes managing servers that host websites, applications, and databases. These servers must be configured correctly, updated regularly, and monitored constantly to ensure they perform as expected. A small misconfiguration or missed update can lead to vulnerabilities, slowdowns, or even complete system failures. That's why sysadmins spend a significant amount of time proactively maintaining infrastructure rather than simply reacting to problems. Have you ever logged into a system without thinking twice about your username and password? That seamless access is not accidental. Systems administrators manage user accounts and permissions, making sure that the right people have access to the right resources, and just as importantly, that unauthorized users do not. This involves setting up accounts, assigning roles, resetting passwords, and enforcing security policies. It may sound routine, but in environments where sensitive data is involved, even a small oversight can have serious consequences. Then there's the question of performance. How do organizations ensure that their systems don't slow down under heavy usage? This is another area where sysadmins play a critical role. They continuously monitor system performance, analyzing metrics like CPU usage, memory consumption, disk activity, and network traffic. When something starts to look off, they investigate before it escalates into a full-blown issue. It's a bit like being a doctor who detects symptoms early, preventing a minor condition from becoming a major illness. But what happens when things do go wrong? And they inevitably do. This is where the role becomes especially intense. Systems don't always fail in predictable ways, and they certainly don't choose convenient times to break. A server might crash in the middle of the night, a network outage might disrupt an entire office, or a security breach might require immediate containment. In these moments, sysadmins shift from maintenance mode to crisis response. They diagnose the problem, implement fixes, and work under pressure to restore normal operations as quickly as possible. Have you ever experienced a service outage and wondered how long it would take to come back online? Behind the scenes, a systems administrator is likely working through logs, testing solutions, and coordinating with other teams to resolve the issue. This could mean waking up at 3 a.m. to troubleshoot a failing server, or spending a weekend resolving a critical issue. It's not always glamorous, and it requires a certain level of resilience and dedication. But for many in the field, it's also part of what makes the role meaningful, knowing that they are essential to keeping everything running. Security is another major pillar of a sysadmin's responsibilities. With cyber threats constantly evolving, systems administrators must stay vigilant. They apply security patches, configure firewalls, monitor for suspicious activity, and implement best practices to protect systems from attacks. It's a continuous process, not a one-time task. The question they constantly ask themselves is, where could this system be vulnerable, and how can we strengthen it before someone exploits it? In addition to technical skills, the role also requires strong problem-solving abilities. Not every issue has a clear or immediate solution. Sometimes sysadmins must dig deep into system logs, experiment with different approaches, and think creatively to identify the root cause of a problem. It's a job that rewards curiosity and persistence. If something breaks, the goal isn't just to fix it, it's to understand why it broke in the first place and prevent it from happening again. Communication is another often overlooked part of the job. Systems administrators frequently interact with other teams, including developers, managers, and end users. They must be able to explain technical issues in a way that non-technical people can understand. Imagine telling a manager why a system outage occurred without overwhelming them with jargon. This requires clarity, patience, and the ability to translate complex concepts into simple language. And yet, despite all this responsibility, sysadmins often operate in the background. When everything is working perfectly, their efforts go unnoticed. There are no alerts, no complaints, and no urgent messages demanding attention. In those moments, it might seem as though their role isn't being acknowledged. But that quiet stability is actually the result of constant effort, planning, and vigilance. So why does the role matter so much? Because without systems administrators, the entire structure of modernnet would collapse. Applications wouldn't have reliable environments to run in, networks wouldn't be secure, data wouldn't be properly managed. In many ways, sysadmins are the foundation upon which all other technology roles depend. Developers can't deploy code if servers aren't available. Businesses can't operate if systems are down. Even something as simple as sending an email relies on infrastructure that sysadmins maintain. Have you ever considered how many systems you rely on in a single day? Email, messaging apps, cloud storage, websites, internal tools, the list goes on. Each of these systems depends on someone ensuring that it remains functional and secure. That someone is often a systems administrator. Over time, the role has evolved alongside technology. Traditional sysadmins who managed physical servers and data centers are now often working with virtual machines, cloud platforms, and automated systems. Tools and technologies have changed, but the core responsibility remains the same: keeping systems running. Today's sysadmins might work with cloud infrastructure, automation scripts, and configuration management tools, but they still face the same fundamental challenges of reliability, security, and performance. This evolution also raises an interesting question. Is the role becoming easier or more complex? In some ways, automation has simplified routine tasks. Processes that once required manual intervention can now be handled by scripts and tools, but at the same time, the complexity of modern systems has increased dramatically. Distributed architectures, hybrid environments, and constant connectivity mean there are more moving parts than ever before. As a result, sysadmins must continuously learn and adapt, staying up to date with new technologies and best practices. Another aspect worth considering is the mindset required for the role. Systems administrators must be proactive rather than reactive. Waiting for something to break is not a sustainable strategy. Instead, they anticipate issues, plan for contingencies, and build systems that are resilient to failure. This includes setting up backups, designing failover mechanisms, and testing recovery processes. After all, when something goes wrong, it's not just about fixing it. It's about ensuring that recovery is quick and data is not lost. So, what kind of person thrives in this role? Someone who enjoys solving puzzles, who doesn't mind working behind the scenes, and who can stay calm under pressure. It's a role that demands both technical expertise and mental endurance. There will be moments of frustration, especially during unexpected outages or late-night emergencies. But there will also be moments of satisfaction, like successfully restoring a critical system or preventing an issue before it impacts users. In the end, being a systems administrator is about responsibility. It's about being the person others rely on, even if they don't always realize it. It's about ensuring that everything just works, even when the systems themselves are complex and unpredictable. And perhaps the most intriguing question of all is this: in a world where technology continues to expand and evolve, who will continue to keep it all running? As long as systems exist, there will always be a need for someone to manage them, protect them, and fix them when they fail. That's the essence of a systems administrator, a role that may not always be visible, but is absolutely indispensable. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.